Yeah, let's get it. Let's see. Second Ezra, chapter 13 and verse 1, it says, "And it came to pass after 7 days I dreamed a dream by night, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea, that it moved all the waves thereof," man. So imagine like a helicopter, right? So let's see. I'm painting the picture, so let's get it. So let's see what we can do here. Let's see. Uh, let's see. Uh, Helicopter over water. There you go. That's perfect, man. You see? So look at this. This is a helicopter over water. You see how the waves are being moved? Like when a helicopter's over water? You see that? That's what the pressure from the chariot is going to be like. You see what I'm saying? It's going to be like, that's how you know it's hovering, man. You see? Look. Look. See? Boom. See how it's just like, it's kind of pixelated, but I mean, you get the point, man. You see how it's just like chilling there and like how the waves are moving because it's like a immense pressure. Now imagine that, except just something the size of a planet. So literally, like all the water is gonna be just like basically gone, man. See what I'm saying? So you ever see like a helicopter over water? Think of it like that, man. See what I'm saying? So helicopter over water, uh, something like that, man. So basically, let's get back to it. So you see that? Boom. The waves being moved. Boom. Helicopter over water. Let's see. It says, and it came to pass over. It says it came to pass after 7 days. Second Ezra 13 and 1. I dreamed a dream by night, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea that moved all the waves thereof, man. So a wind, right? So a wind from the sea that moved all the waves thereof, man. It says, and beheld, his night beheld, and lo, a man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven, man. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him, man. So wherever he turned to look, you know what I'm saying, that everything trembled that were under him. So basically, how do I describe this, man? Like in the last scripture, it said what? It said wherever the head went, basically the body went too, man. And just like when he says that in the scripture, say what? It says, "As birds flying, so shall the Lord of hosts defend," man. See what I'm saying? So he should protect and deliver, man. So when birds fly, wherever the head goes, the rest of the body goes, man. That V-shaped formation, man. So wherever YAHAWASHI is turning in his countenance to look, everything trembles under him because he's on his chariot, man. You see what I'm saying? On this giant mountain-sized chariot, and wherever he decides that he's going to turn, everything under him just basically turns to fucking dust, man. You see what I'm saying? So let's keep going. It says, and whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned up that heard his voice, like as the earth faileth when it fleeth, when it filleth the fire, man. So yeah, man. And then it's gonna go into the sparks and the tongue of the tempest. But basically, this thing has like an immense wind, this immense pressure because its chariot is so huge, man, that it's just basically like bending, like it's messing with the gravity, man. You see what I'm saying? Everything is just waves under it, man. Even the concrete, man. Even the concrete, it's like it's affecting it on a molecular level. It's not just like water over. It's like this thing's so big that it's turning the concrete into waves, man. See what I'm saying? So you gotta understand how immense this pressure is, man. Wherever Yahweh Shai, man, wherever he looks, man. You see what I'm saying? You're gonna see. Um, you're gonna see basically the rest of the body is gonna follow. So the rest of the chariots are gonna basically go where he goes, and then wherever they go, it's just gonna be just destruction, man. So it's gonna be one swoop, man. He gonna go across in one go as lightning from the east to the west, man. So let's go. It says, and after that I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of the number from the four winds of the heavens to subdue the man that came out of the sea, man. So boom, the man that came out of the sea, man. And they just discovered that. Well, that's not even relevant, but they did because they thought, because there's a scripture that talks about if basically they could search out the deep, and they just discovered that there was a sea inside of the planet that was like I don't even know how much bigger than the seas that we have on the surface. It's like a whole sea inside of the planet. But anyway, not that that's like relevance to this topic, but I just thought about it for some reason. But anyway, it says basically it says it says, and behold, it says, a man that came out of the sea. So they try to subdue him, man. So they're going to turn because he's going to make them go to the valley of YAHAWASHI, of the Most High's judgment. See what I'm saying? He's going to take them out, man. It says, and I beheld, and lo, he had graven himself a great mountain and flew upon it, man. It says, okay, yeah, whatever. It says, but I would have seen the region or place where out the hill was graven, and I could not, man. So basically, this thing's so big, man. It looked like a mountain, and there's no place big enough for him to even put into retrospect where he could have carved it out, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't see the ends of it. It's like a mountain, man. If you ever lived in a place like Cali, you know what I'm saying, or I think Colorado got mountains, because then you would know, like, even when you're like hella miles away from this thing, man, it just, no matter how far, like, you're driving towards this thing, it's like you're not getting closer, man. This thing is just so big, you can't see like the ends or the beginning of it. You can't even tell how far or close away it is because of how big it is, man. You know what I'm saying? It's so big that the distance and the relativity of how close it is to where you are doesn't even matter anymore. Like, it's so big that you can't even judge the distance of it, man, which is like how basically stars are, right? So it's like, this is how big this thing is anyway. So it says, and after I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight, man. It says, and lo, and he saw the violence of the multitude that came. Said he neither lifted up his hand nor held a sword nor any instrument of war, man. So basically, he just batted them out, man. He didn't even give a crap, man. He was like, hey, man, like, he just didn't even care, man. You know what I'm saying? It says, but only I saw he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out of sparks of tempest, man. So let me just show you, just give you a perspective of what that looks like, man. Let's see. Let's say like Gundam, laser, cannon. So this, how do I like, so something like this, man. So if you ever see like a laser cannon, that's what it looks like, man. So the tongue, so out of the mouth is a blast of fire. So you see the fire, the tongue. You see what I'm saying? You see the sparks around it, like it's kind of small, but you can't see like the sparks because it's building up energy to shoot the laser. The tongue is like the cannon, like where it's shooting from. You know what I'm saying? Like the barrel, so to speak, of the cannon. The fire is the actual flame. The concentrated fire is the actual laser that's coming out of it. And the sparks is the energy building up around it to shoot out, man. And then it comes out of the mouth, so it's like it's opening up like a door inside of the chariot, and then like the tongue comes out, and then like it's like it's a laser cannon. Okay, it's a laser cannon. So let's just let's say laser cannon building energy. Okay, so let's say laser cannon fire. Yeah, man. So it's just, how do I describe it, man? But yeah, man, it's like gonna be on like some Star Wars stuff, man. So basically, it's a laser cannon, man. Let me see if I can get a like Kamehameha, man. I'm sorry, but I gotta get like some type of like reference to like show you what this bad boy look like, man. See what I'm saying? So like something like that, man. Like whenever like he's about to do the Kamehameha, like how he builds up the energy first, man, and then he just like releases all that spiritual energy, and it just destroys whatever's in front of it, man. Like that's it, man. That's that's it. And then let's see. So yeah, man, something like a Kamehameha. So let's see. It says so verse 10 again, it says, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks in a tempest, man. So yeah, man. says, and they were all mixed together. So that's the key point right there. They were all mixed together. The blast of fire with the flame and breath and a great tempest, and fell with a violence upon the multitude which were prepared to fight, man. So basically, it looks something like this, man. Let me see if I can find a video of the Death Star, man, because that's what I'm about to pull up.